Hi guys and welcome to Dial It Up, and today we are talking about the weapons drop that came out in the World's Finest Fast Forces. So the weapons drop is actually a special object. It is a heavy special object noted by the red ring, so when you're adding it to your force, you can still have other special objects as long as you don't have another weapons drop. They all have to be unique names. And it'll add towards your regular object count. So this will be a heavy. You can have a light and another heavy, or another light, or a special mobile. It does have the gear symbol. It is a special object. This is something that people seem to have a hard time coming back from since we had so many relics for so long. Special objects were what was keeping you from using an object and a resource. It was the special object, not a relic. Relics weren't the ones that were keeping you from using your resource. It was a special object. So if you have weapons drop, you're not going to be using a resource. So getting into what the weapons drop actually does. It is a piece of equipment. So now we're starting to see these equipments pop up more and more. So at the beginning of the game, roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled and turn the dial to that click number. So you'll see that the weapons drop itself actually only has 6 clicks, 1 to 6, as that is what you can roll on 1d6. And you're going to roll it, whatever the result is, that is the click that the weapons drop starts on. Now, being a special object, it's going to start 5 squares away from your starting area, and being an equipment, you're going to have to go get it unless you have a special ability that allows you to equip during force construction or beginning of the game. So, following the equip rules, give a friendly character in this square or holding this object a power action to equip it. Opposing characters can KO this object by using it in an object attack. So once we go on to the actual equipment rules, only standard characters can equip. So no tiny, no giants, no colossals, no vehicles. You have to have the standard combat symbols to be able to equip something. Then once you are either on the square or you're holding it as a regular object, then you can be given the power action to equip it. It will remove it from the map, place it on your card. You are now considered equip that. And if at any point in the game you would equip another piece of equipment, the original equipment will get KO'd. So for any of you guys playing Proteus who hops around, if you have the weapons drop equipped and Proteus decides to hop on, weapons drop goes away. And if your opponent happens to get to the weapons drop before you can, they can use it as a regular heavy object in an object attack, and that'll KO from the game as well, scoring them the 8 points for the weapons drop. So the effect that the weapons drop has, reading from the actual card, is give the equipped character a free action to choose one of the displayed powers. The equipped character can use the chosen power this turn, and at the end of your turn, roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled and turn this dial to that click number. See, there's a problem with that. Because if you actually look at some of these abilities, they aren't really abilities that you're going to be using on your turn, like stealth or energy shield. So it really doesn't make sense to have to constantly re-roll this. You won't be getting much benefit, which has been addressed in the fact that it's been errated. So the actual errata on the weapons drop is give the equipped character a free action to choose one of the displayed powers. That's still staying. However, the equipped character can use the chosen power until your next turn, and immediately at the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled and turn this dial to that click number. So that solves that kind of passive problem that we were having, which you were getting to clicks where you couldn't use the powers because you were constantly flipping on the end of your turn, and you only got it for the space of your turn and not on your opponent's turn. So now, instead of the way that it's actually rented on the card, you're going to have that power during your turn and your opponent's turn, and then when you come back to your turn, the first thing you're going to do is roll the die to turn it and get new sets of powers. So the powers themselves are showing you will get a choice of 2 powers each time. So click 1, we have Quake or Pulse Wave. Click 2, Empower or Enhancement. Click 3, we've got Exploit Weakness or Penetrating Psychic Blast. And Click 4 has Stealth or Defend. Click 5 has Combat Reflexes or Energy Shield. And Click 6 has Close Combat Expert or Range Combat Expert. So you can see they're actually matching powers, just whether you want it to be more of an offensive, defensive, or if you need the defense or offense from range or close combat. And yeah, so that was the weapons drop. And once your character has been KO'd, weapons drop will be KO'd as well. That's just following the equipment rules. Unlike relics that would go back onto the map to be rolled for again, equipment themselves, if the character they were equipped to is KO'd, the equipment is KO'd as well. So that was a weapons drop, and hopefully with that extra errata in there makes it a little bit easier for you guys to understand how to play. But if you do have any comments, questions, concerns, just let me know down below, and we'll see you guys next time for another episode of Dada.
Married with Clix is brought to you in part by MajesticCCG.com. Check out the new premium site with MajesticCCG.com/Apex-Insiders. Check the link below. Trust me. Trying to remember that from me talking? Not going to help. You'll get awesome articles at $3 a month, with the first month being free, from amazing writers such as Paris Gordon, Easton Brock, Aaron Cantu. I'm even going to be contributing occasionally. And if you're familiar with the Meta Lab, check out some of Mike Payne's articles. So, check it out again, MajesticCCG.com/Apex-Insiders for your look into the minds of some of the greats.